Hi, welcome back. So today I'm going to do another one of my shopping trips. So I'm not using my normal microphone. So I hope this is okay because the setup when I gonna do this on when we do purchase and stuff, I'm gonna do it like from my PC, which is a lot easier. And I think unfortunately that doesn't have the connection to my mic and stuff. So I'm just using a gaming headset and stuff. But anyway, today this Black Friday, or more precisely Black Saturday, because it's Saturday here. It's still Black Friday for some of you guys out there. By the time you watch this, I would have very much like to stream this because when real time, it's like, and the stuff that's available is real time and stuff. But unfortunately, I have forgotten to enable this setting for streaming on YouTube, and it seems that you need 24 hours before this is available. And so unfortunately, this has become a record video, but I will upload it ASAP, and I won't bother with even cutting the time slice and stuff. I'll just go right in because this is a shopping trip. So this is basically my Black Friday shopping recommendation on Amazon SG, mainly because this channel is I like to do it different. There's a lot of other stuff available from board games in United States, board games in UK and stuff, and unfortunately those things will end up to having a lot of delivery for people in Singapore. And since this is where I'm located right now, I would like to do something for the guys and girls in Singapore, and this is basically the video for you guys out there. I'll try to optimize all purchase in Singapore dollars and with optimum shipping, preferable free, and this is what I end up with. So if you're unfamiliar with this, is Amazon SG. I have activated Prime. It's not that difficult to activate Prime. You probably even can get Prime activated free as a trial. So that's not even a problem. And a lot of these games here, some of them are available in Prime, some of them are not. But as you can see, those for the ticks are Prime supported. But even without Prime, it might be just slower shipping, or worst case, just enable the Prime for Singapore here is like only $2.99 Sing dollars. Just treat it as some form of delivery charges for a whole bunch of stuff. Let's go right in. The first recommendation is from Raven Burger, Alien: The Fate of Nostromo. So this game has been around for a while. I have actually gotten this game, to be honest, and I paid more than $28.69 right now. So this is what I call Nemesis Lite. Okay, so as you can see here, you have a very, very realistic board that has the various pieces of the spaceship, okay, including the quarters and every stuff. I even have the the hangar, the landers here, as you can see. And you have a little bit of miniatures here, and of course you have the alien. And this, unlike Nemesis, is the real IP. It's not lookalike. Okay, so I'm taking a sip from my jelly when my after lunch stuff when I'm going through this. I hope you don't mind. So it's like basically it's a real shopping trip. When I do shopping, I tend to have a little bit of snack by my side and stuff. I prefer my coffee, but it's a bit early for that. But anyway, they have cards, tokens, everything, and the production is fantastic. If anything, I have to say about this. Okay, we have some miniatures. There are not a lot of them. We have real IP based stuff. So for $28.69, that is almost about $20 for you guys, like if you are watching, and it's you can play it solo 1 to 5. So this is it's a good buy in my opinion. So when this game first came out, it was kind of like almost close to about $40 or something around that line. I know I pay a lot more for than this. So this is my first recommendation for Black Friday. something where you can play with the whole family. It's a bit of a sci-fi horror kind of genes. And according to what Amazon said here, there's only like 4 copies left. So to hurry. I'm just gonna go back to my cart. Okay. I have actually added most of this junk. No, they are not junk. I mean, like, they are stuff that I want to recommend you guys. But some of them I already have them. So it's I won't be buying them again. So but they end up in my shopping cart for you guys. So the second one is for those people who have Folklore out there. So if you're not familiar, Folklore is a game from Green Bears Games. It's a very, very RPG stuff game with a lot of very heavy story elements, and basically it's pretty close to what RPG is like, and it has a lot of RPGs element like dice rolling and stuff. So this contains 2 packs. One of them is the World Event packs, which actually you flip open one of these every one of the days, or whichever ways you want to play it. Maybe it's like one scenario per day or chapter per day. You can house through that. And World Events changes some of the global stuff. Like maybe there's like there is a witch hunt going on, and magic suffers, or maybe there's a celebration, and crops grows extra. So anything related to crafting and stuff gets improvement and stuff. So this is like what World Events is. And the second deck is the crafting and recipe deck, where it contains all your mushrooms and stuff for like building other equipments. So it's like can collect some equipments to build up other equipments. But unfortunately, I find that this is one of the deck is a bit useless to me, because most of the time it's very difficult to gather the item you want. And if you are really going to follow the way the game has implemented random items obtaining through fights and stuff, it's very, very rare chance you will get what you want in order to gather enough to craft anything. So unless you are house through that a little bit by going through the way that you can select certain items to buy in town and so on, that makes a little bit more sense. And that's how I would normally done it. Okay, so that is the Folklore accessory bundles at 41 Singapore dollars. That's close to about 20-ish US dollars, which actually is pretty cheap for this too, because normally the delivery is going to be crazy, because this is usually not available easily outside of USA, and unfortunately to say that it's not even commonly found in most of the markets. So I would think it's a good buy, especially if you already have a Folklore and you don't have any of this. So let's go on. The next is another game from Ravensburger. So Ravensburgers have a lot of so I really purchased this in last March 2021. That's the year before, and I paid almost 50 Singapore dollars for it. I guess at the time it was new. So Villainous is it's based on the Disney IP, and you get 6 of the Disney characters here. I'm not sure if you can tell the iconics of the Disney's villains, but I think this is the Queen of Heart. So if you are not familiar with Villainous, actually you are playing all the the bad guys from the various Disney IPs. Okay, here you can see some of it in closer, and the cards are all very, very colorful. So you have Magnificence here, and she has her own deck and her own board, and she has her own Paris is like the type of heroes that would go against her, and then she also have her skills, and story related stuff like putting people to sleep or something like that. So it's like each of you will have your own deck, your own perks and parries, and then like other players can activate your parries and so on. So you're trying to achieve certain goals in order to win, and everybody will have a different way to win the game. So they will tell you your objectives here. For example, you can see here, and you play with different characters versus. So I find that this game is pretty good, especially if it's 1v1. Otherwise, it gets a little bit messy if there's 2 main characters. But they do suggest that these games can be played up to 6 players. But I have tried with 5, I think, and it's chaotic. Highly not recommended. But do give it a shot. And the base game is really worth it because the base games comes with I think 6 characters, as you can see here. So you get a 6 different character deck here. Okay, and that's for $36, which is actually a pretty good deal. So let's see the rest. So the rest are about 20 each boxes, and it comes with about 3 characters, which is not that fantastic a deal. But if you already have the base box, you want more characters, this will be something you can consider. I would say that most of them is on the okay range, but as and when some of these other expansions goes a little bit more expensive than 20 each dollars. But as far as recommendation, the base box 36 is a good buy. Next we have this game is there's only one in the stock, so I think I'm going to get it. But there might be more stocks, I don't know. But this is the Disney's Gargoyle. So if you're not familiar, it's one of these very very old vintage animation from from the TV, and Disney has picked up the IP. And basically in this game, there's miniatures, it's based on the IP and stuff. And I find that it's like there is this 3D building, it's like and stuff, and it's pretty intriguing in that sense. So it's based on the characters. If you're familiar with characters, it's all the more why you should try this game. It's a bit rare to come by for these games, and I have been now looking around for these games for a long time. I have not seen the game, so this is like the first time I've seen it available with free delivery in Singapore, and it's available at 35 Singapore dollars, which is I think is a good buy because normally I think it's a lot more than that. I think it even costs more than $35 US, in the normal stores. So great buy in my opinion. This is something I will buy. So let me just clear some of the stuff off my shopping cart, because these are really the stuff that I own. So next, I'm gonna go Funkoverse on this. So if you don't have any Funkoverse, stuff, this would be a good time. This is not a good deal, but this is an okay deal for Thanos. Especially if you've gotten the Marvel ones, this goes well with the Marvel Funkoverse game, which is not bad. I can click on this and I show you. This is the Marvel one. Okay, normally it's not at $55. For your information, I paid about $20 for this for 4 characters. Let me just take a sip. So I think that sounds delicious. I hope it certainly is delicious for me. And basically, if you have taken my advice, or being in my channel or whatever, and you've seen this when I recommend it, you get it's about $24. It's good buy for you now. You can pick up the Thanos now and complete your collection. Otherwise, pick up Thanos and you can pick up any of the other So these games you can pick any of the other Funkoverse characters against Funkoverse characters. So I tell you what, I'm going to just going to search for other Funkoverse packages, and let me show you what that basically is on. So this is the one that I recommend, because this is the one available at $25 right now, and it's the Jurassic Park one, which I had also already picked up. Okay, so I won't be buying again. Don't worry, I'll be snatching a chance. No matter how many copies there are left here. But $25 is it's for 4 characters, including the very cute T-Rex. Or is it this raptor? I can't remember. I think this is the T-Rex. But anyway, it's you get to play with them. They are cute, and then there is actually a quite a good game behind this instead. So it's not just like the Funko Pop character collection. And you can actually mix and match the different characters, with a different. So each different scenario comes with different maps. There's a series of like 4 or 5 maps in each boxes, and basically you can have like T-Rex versus Thanos. No problem with that. So that is what this is. This Funkoverse things is like it's a mashup of a lot of stuff. And For your information, there's also a lot of artist Funkoverse available. So also you have like Risco, it's like this is $18, which is a bit expensive, not advisable for me. There's Back to the Future, which is $16 for these two characters, which is pretty exciting for me. Maybe I might get this. $16 like cuts it down to about $8 each, but it could go lower. Game of Thrones is at 48, which is still a bit expensive. Not recommended. The Golden Girls is expensive as well, but the Golden Girls powers are pretty nice. Tom Vessels love it himself, so it's like so I guess it's good recommendation, but not my recommendation at $51. Jaws at $16. Standard is about $8 each. Worth a shot. Jurassic Park, the one I recommended, for today is $25 for 4 characters. There's a Jurassic Park add-on, not recommended, despite that it's a 44% off, but you're only like getting 2 characters for $26. Kool-Aid Man doesn't work for me, and it's like crazy $55 for 1 character. So add it to your cart, monitor it, but don't get it today. Rick and Morty totally does nothing for me because I'm not into it, I guess. So there's a lot of things that is happening in Funkoverse, but like not everything for everybody. But as far as recommendation for me is Thanos at $14, which is a little bit expensive, but if you want to complete your Marvel part of stuff, it's okay. It's okay. And if not, just go for Jurassic Park at $25. Next we have Yokai is a game at about $10. It's about 50% off. So as you can see, it's a simple tile laying games. With all sort of yokai, in the Japanese style and stuff. And it's a spiritual memory game. So this is a very small box game, which is handy to carry around and kind of like a party game. I don't mind having this, and it's because the price is pretty cheap. I always been like wanting to get this. And it has finally like dropped to $10 or 10 each. So I guess it's like it's worth a shot for me. So this is something that might work for me. And there are recommendations for similar games. As you can see, even like games like Shifting Stone, which looks pretty similar. This is already 27. So as you can see, that $10 price range is a pretty good option to actually get that. And next on my list is from Plaidhead. So Plaidhead has a lot of games going on. So when you're getting Plaidhead games today, especially, look out for some vouchers or something like that. I think there are some vouchers that you can clip to get discounts on further discounts on this. Anyway, this is like a Quacky Circus. Okay, so this looks like really wacky game. It's a robot programming game. So I don't have a lot of programming game, but this would be one of them, which I think is cute enough for me to add to my collection. And basically, you have like different robots with different actions that you can add to have them move around and then achieve your goals and stuff across the board. So it's like at $21 is a pretty good decent price, and this is a recommendation for me. And I think do check it out if you like this. There are people who love the game, and there are people who say not so much. But I'm willing to give it a shot at $20. So that's that's what I have here. So the next two are kind of related. They are from the Thames and Cosmos. They are called Cartaventura. So Cartaventura is a kind of is a card game, but it's based on a story that tells a journey, and then it's like there are multiple endings, there are different choices you can make and stuff. And basically you get different cards and lay out, and then they have decisions that deviates and gives you a different type of a path to the story, and maybe even different endings. The artworks looks pretty good. I'm quite intrigued with this, and like look at this. For example, this animal omens. You want to follow the crow's flight, you draw card 12. If you want to follow a wolf trail, you use the green color stuff and you turn this card over. And so as you can see, they are like it's a very intriguing kind of thing. And the form factor kind of almost reminds me of Destiny, and without the app. So it's like at $18, this is like really a steal, I think. I mean, give it a shot, like, think of it as like escape room games, different style. So I'm willing to give it a shot, especially, since it's known for the corporate storytelling. So both of them is about $18. Although this doesn't say that it's a Black Friday deal, but this is available at 17, which is even cheaper. Although I'm not so intrigued with the artwork, but nevertheless, it still works for me. I'm gonna add both of them to my cart, and it's check it out. As soon as this video is done. So I do have a lot of other things that almost you see I have saved 40 items for you guys. And they are for you guys, really, because some of these games I already have it. So let me just delete the Funkoverse, Jurassic Park, because I already have this. Okay. And I'm going to go through one game from Panasaurus, and this is at $7.64. It's almost cheaper than your Happy Meal, man. And this is called The Game. It's from Stefan Bendoff, and so it's a card game with numbers, very, very colorful numbers and stuff. And it's okay, don't take these pictures of people playing and having fun. I mean, they're part of the sales campaign and everything. But Panasaurus deliver good games, and this is the party how game. So you can check it out. I can't tell you too much about the game based on this page, but basically there is sort of I think it's very similar to that type of games with where there's numbers involved and you kind of work together to to get through the passage of time and so on. So it's a little bit of cooperative and stuff. So you can't reveal your hand. Basically, a little bit like The Crew. Maybe it's work together, beat the game and stuff. So it should be pretty interesting. At $7 or less than $8, $7.64, and you can't go wrong with this. Even if this doesn't work out for you, I'll give it away for Christmas. See, I'm already planning for your Christmas, presents. At $7.64, you can't go wrong with this game. This is my high recommendation. Okay. So basically, it's not just Black Friday, you can start shopping for your Christmas. Any games under $25 is a decent buy, and especially when, it's a party game, it's a family game, you can't go wrong with this. But the next one, you might go wrong with this. I'm not sure because, Marvel's is fantastic IP. Zombies might not be so much for the whole family kind of thing, but this is a ridiculous Zombicide game. Let me just summarize a little bit about the stupid, Simon drama. So basically, Zombicide is available on a Kickstarter, and to get this version, the heroes resistant, where you are playing the good guys versus, evil zombies heroes. Normally you have to pay $240 in the campaign in order to get the heroes version of it, and it comes with a whole 1 or 2 box more miniatures and tasks, which probably doesn't come with too much variation other than, there's a lot of miniatures. And the problem with that is that it doesn't even include shipping, and the shipping was crazy, $100, $120 of Singapore. It's oh well, I cancel it, to be honest. But anyway, this is the version from Spin Master, so I'm gonna run through. You look at the big screen, you can see some of the you have I think about 6 characters here, and you have some of the standard tiles. They are a bit lower quality than the one that's been created by Simon, but nevertheless they are very high quality, as you can see here. And I think the miniatures looks pretty okay. They are standees for the bad guys, which just works for me. I mean, I don't need to have all the Zombicide is one of the biggest problems from Zombicide is that all the bad guys looks exactly the same in grey. I can't tell one from another, and then sometimes I use different base in order to distinguish them from the elite zombie, from the the runners and stuff. But anyway, this is the version that I would highly recommend for Marvel Zombies, and it's at this price you probably couldn't go wrong at $32. For this game, it's oh man, I really pity the people who has paid $240 plus shipping for this. And the sculpt looks pretty okay. And I think if I'm not wrong, one of these characters was even promised as an exclusive, but it ended up here. And there might be a chance that there are more boxes that comes out, for this retail version, and so stay tuned. But but I paid more than $32. I almost paid $50 over for this, more than $50, I'm sure, because I was so FOMO on getting this even on retail, and I got it, and well, you got a better deal for me than me if you get it today. The next game is Last Defense. So Last Defense is a game that requires an app. It's real time, and it only plays for 20 minutes. Okay, so you got 20 minutes to save the world. It's so there's this bot that goes around. Okay, and there are things is happening, and you got to move, and you got to like do things, you got to resolve the things, and now you're basing this bunch of unlikely heroes trying to save the world. The miniatures are like just miniatures. They are not fantastic, but they're colorful. It's a family game, and it plays 20 minutes. It's fast, and it doesn't go wrong with $17. So check it out. This is also from the Funko, and this is Last Defense. So I like gone through a lot of games. I got to like go through them in a speed because it's like there's like 40 games. I'm not going to cover all of them. Maybe I don't know, but if you're a Dungeon Dragon friend, it's like and you don't mind silly artwork like this. Dungeon Mayhem is one of the game where you can take familiar Dungeon Dragon characters and their familiar spells and their familiar skills and stuff and pick against each other in order to like backstab and win. It's like Munchkin with better graphics and based on the Dungeon and Dragon lore. And let me show you this picture where you can see some of the cards and then there's different characters. There's tokens, to calculate this is to keep track of your health, and then it's like, deal damage to, the player beside you, the player opposite you, to the friends, and then you put up shield to block the attacks and stuff like that. So it's very, very interesting, and there's a lot of, there's some expansion, I think 1 or 2 boxes of expansion, which you can add, it's like, you also can have like, some of the monsters comes out, in Dungeon Dragon to, help you or, by, like, trashing your foe and stuff. And it's at an all-time low at 1284. So, this is something that, it's a party-ish kind of stuff for, Dungeons and Dragons. And from Wizard of the Coast, it's authorized, based on IP. And, it's like, it works. Dungeons and Dragons is, it works most of the time for most people. So this is not fantastic deal, but it's okay deal because this sometimes goes crazily more than $41. The Quest for El Dorado. So this version, if we get here, is likely the one with the smaller cards, if I'm not wrong. So the cards are pretty small. Okay, which is not ideal. Some people will prefer the version with the big cards. But anyway, this game is a race to the end where the tiles are laid out in a certain wave, based on different scenarios, and there's also fan scenarios where you will have to cross the terrains, okay? And by crossing the terrains, you need to use cards that allows you to like travel over forests, river, mountains, and pick up treasures and stuff along the way. And in doing so, you have to build up your deck in to cross the river. So you only have cards that have like cross one river, cross one forest and stuff, and you can use spend gold to buy, and then you buy the the cross 2 forests, cross 2 river, and so on. And there are like some wild card stuff, even like cross any 2 terrain and something like that. And like that's how this market deck here helps you like build up and like spend money, shuffle your deck, get more powerful, move faster, move across different terrain and stuff like that, and try to race to the end, in order to win the game. And this is like it's a fantastic game despite of how simple this look. Highly recommended by me. The Quest for El Dorado. There's 3 games in this series. 2 of them are plays differently. In fact, all 3 of them play differently. So there is the Golden Temple, which is more like a base game, an alternate version of the base game, and there's also 1 expansion. So my recommendation is to get El Dorado, and also get the Heroes and Hexes if the prices are good, which obviously is not. For the expansion, it's $40 right now here. So as you can see, there are these black places which are cursed, and there's like cursed card and stuff. But always wait for this. Just the Golden Temple is something that I didn't get because you either need the Golden Temple or you need the base game. One of that will do. And by the way, this is designed by Rainer Knizia, and he's almost like the famous designer. I don't know what else to say, but it's a fantastic game and it works despite of how simplistic it looks like. Tiny Epic is like, to a lot of people, you will have heard of the game from Gamelin Games. And Tiny Epic Galaxy Blast Off is basically a condensed version of the Tiny Epic Galaxy. If you're not have Tiny Epic Galaxies. This is one of the way to get it through, and then it's like, this is like space travel, family style games. And you have to like travel different planets in order to gain different, stuff and improve and so on. So this is a small box that's self-contained. It doesn't need anything else. And this is what I recommended. They have custom dice, custom tokens and stuff. And everything packed into these tiny Epic boxes. And this is at $20, which is highly recommended at this price. So if you want more, the Tiny Epic Galaxy, the original one, is like almost $41. But Blast Off is like, it's the simplest version that's condensed, contain a lot of well-selected components for 2 to 4 players. And it's like, it works. So this is the version that I own. Okay, so I've owned other Tiny Epics games as well. And I think this is one of the better ones. So highly recommended at $20. Welcome to the Moon has not been at the best price it ever has been. I've paid less than $40, but definitely not $60 or $80 for it. So this is a roll and write game, which is from the Welcome to series. And let me show you this picture. So it's like there are different play tiles. I think they're altogether like 8 or 10 of them. Okay, and all of them plays differently. Quite differently, it's like, because they are like different play tiles, and each different stage, you play differently based on the different criteria to score and activate your powers and so on. And it's very interesting because you can play this as a campaign. Going through all the 8 or 10 scenarios here, and just think of it as like 8 or 10 games together, in one box that contains everything in this road, right? And pens included, the material are all like they are wax, so it's very easy to rub off and stuff. And then you have like, and you don't just get one sheet of this. In fact, you get like I think you get 4 sheets of it, so you can play up to 4 players, I guess. In fact, he says 6 here, so maybe there's 6 sheet. I can't remember, but I remember there's a lot of sheet for each of them, and now it's like there are beautiful cards as well. There's also like different characters. You also have some villains, yeah, they're kind of like every game needs to have some villains. I mean, so at $43, this is a steal. I still think it's a steal, despite that it's a bit more than what I paid for. But this is a very good roll and write game. Highly recommended by me. Okay, so let me be fair that, let's not talk about some of the games that I don't own and I'm not sure if I want it. One of them will be the Brian Boru. It's highly recommended by a lot of people. And I think at $46 is pretty decent, because normally these games cost about $80. And I don't own this game, so I only can tell you that I think the price is good. I have absolutely no idea whether this is a good game or not, because I don't own it. But do go check out BGG if you're interested. Renegade Studios have the Warfare 1893. This is something that I'm intrigued at $22. It's basically like, playing one of the funfair stuff, but unfortunately the art seems a bit backdated, because it's based on 1893. And you can see that you're kind of like building this theme park out with different. This almost feels like the Vegas Royal, and it's like there are meeples, not meeples, I mean like, the standard Euro counters and stuff. And unfortunately, the artwork doesn't quite work for me though, but $22, it might be worth a shot just to give this a try. And I'm not sure if this is a really fantastic game. I mean, Renegade Game Studio has been producing games that I like a lot, so this could be one of their hidden gems, but one of the way to find out is check out BGG and check out if this is the game for you. I have to go a bit faster because there's a lot of other games here, but I don't think I need to say too much about this. Arcane Wonders Furnace, it's like big, still the spotlight at Gen Con basically is like totally unavailable for some time. People are like paying over $100 for it when it first came out. Now you get it at $41, with free delivery, and it's like, what else can I need to say? This is like, it's a Europe game, and it's said to be one of the best games this year by a lot of people. There's also a lot of people who hate it, and I don't know if I'm one of them yet, because I doesn't have this game yet. But it's by Arcane Wonders. I love it. Despite that this is the lowest price in 30 days, it's only like 5% off at $41 with free shipping. I think this is a good deal. Get it if you has always been waiting to get Furnace. Golem is a game I had. I got it for about $50 ish, maybe less than 60, around the same price. Also a fantastic game. It's from Crayon Creators. Cranial Creators. Okay. Well, it's like you're programming this golem characters. Don't let this scares you. You know, this is not a horror game. Basically, there's this board where you program a golem to go around, and then you move down track, getting things done. But once you like move all the way to the end of the track, they get this commission and stuff. And basically, there are like beautiful components. Like this part where the dice just rolls out. There's sideboards, and they are like colorful tokens, and a lot of meeples and stuff. I really got this in July, so this is a pretty good game despite how it looks. Highly recommended at $59 right now, which I think is a good buy. Wow, I have a lot of tab for Amazon that's activated. So I guess, I could just go back one of the tabs instead of having open a new tab for every single one. The Last Bastion is a game that I bought and I paid more than $35 for it. Okay, so if you heard of Ghost Story, then you will probably have known that they have actually rethemed that and then make it slightly more streamlined with a fantasy type of story where they have a dwarf, you have a warrior and an archer and stuff fighting a horde of demons that's invading your castles. So basically there are like 4 sides of the castle with different where you will pick one side to do a defense on, and then it's like, and then you can actually play multi characters. I played like 4 characters solo even. So there are like things that's happening in each of the square and castle, and then like you can actually activate powers, and then there will be creatures that comes in from all sides of the castle attacking you, and then you gotta like take them down, help the guy on your side take them down, and so on, activating powers each turn. And it's a very, very fun game. It's difficult to win, just like Ghost Story, but when you do, it's a very, very satisfying game. And it's available at $35, which I think is a very, very good very, very good price. I paid more than that, and it's a fantastic solo game. I should just close. Yes. Fangs. This is a game that I don't have, but I'm interested, but I'm not sure if I get a chance to play it much. This is the game where, it's like, it's by Yatsutaka Ikeda, so it's like it's Japanese. And then it's like, it's a party game of 5 to 8. I'm not sure if I get a chance to play 5 to 8. But there's werewolf, there's vampires, there's human in this social deduction game where it only costs $18. And the artwork looks fantastic, okay? So it's like pretty nice, but it's been like Americanized and everything. But you do have like, the different vampires, werewolf and everything. And, it's like, there's 86 cards in here, damage token and everything. And it seems like, it's a better version of werewolf in a way. And there's like locations and stuff. And there's equipment as well, So it's a more complex and more in-depth game than werewolf. Don't get it wrong. It's social deduction, but it's not just like, I pick someone to kill, you pick someone to kill, and then at the end, the game ends when you kill the last person or something like that. But anyway, this is available at $18. It looks good. So highly recommended from me. Pushing. Okay, this game I bought it in 2021 at about $25. This game went almost normally at about $60 due to it, the cuteness of Pushing. It's like, how could you say no to this game? In fact, I think one of the problems I've had with this game is this cute meeple. I think my wife has actually taken this meeple out and placed it somewhere else for her display, and the game doesn't have a meeple. Well, anyway, if I could buy an additional meeple, I would. But this game is so cute. It's maybe imbalanced, it may be crazy, but it's a very fun game where it's full of adorable stuff, and like there's fun stuff going on, and then they are like taking pictures, and then it's like the game's very simple. This is the only rule sheet you have. In fact, there's like just the 6 steps to set up, and then you're starting to play in, and there are like event cards where you can gain scoring, and then it's like there's thing happening on the board. Pick the cards that you want, move the that cute meeple around the board to pick up cards and stuff like that. It's like, if you know Pushing, I think I don't even need to explain the game. Just get it. You don't care whether the game is good or not. It's just cute. But at $25, you can't go wrong. It has been like quite low for this price for a very, very long time. You have not seen it at $25. And I had this game. I played this game, and I love the game. Cascadia. What else can I say? This is like a fantastic game that's highly rated. it's obviously not science fiction. I don't know why the team says it's science fiction, but it's like it's something to do with nature, but it's a bit do with the Euro style. As you can see, there's hexagon, placing different type animals on different terrain and stuff, and there's like these cards with all this. Okay, so basically there's also back drawing and different tokens and stuff. It's highly rated because the way that it's played is very intrigued. Okay, and it's like you can check BGG for more information. It might not be for everybody. I have the game. I played it a few times, but it's not. I just say that it probably didn't work very well for me because I hate hexagon in sort of sense, and but it's a highly rated game at $50. Normally, it's almost close to 80 or 90 Singapore dollars. As you can see, it was like 75 even before this. So this is a good deal. If you've always been wanting to get Cascadias or want to check out Cascadias, this is a good chance to do so. So Sorcerer Arena from another Disney games. This is not. Is this by Ravensburger? No, this is not by Ravensburger, but this is one of the other. It's from USA Old Poly. Okay, so this is the expansion, which is not out yet. Which at $50, $40 is crazy. So I'm talking about this kind of coupon. Look out for them. Clip them. You need to, and they give you additional saving if you manage to like get 2 or 3 of the items that they have. But basically, this plays with the like different characters where you fight on the arena. I think this is like based on the PC game or mobile game, if I'm not wrong. The Sorcerer Arena, but basically it's another set of with instead of having miniatures, they have like accurate standees, like Villainous, but it's also in a way different Villainous, and it's like, and you play like different characters in the game, which is pretty interesting. I've gotten the base set. I've added this in here because this is not released yet, and I might want to get this kind of like because I don't have it yet, and he added like 3 characters in, namely like Jack's skeleton, which is actually one of my favorite characters, and I don't know who the other 2 person is because I don't watch enough Disney animations. But anyway, so this is like about $40. The base set I think is about $60 if I'm not wrong. Let me just check out Sorcerer Arena. If52 is not a bad deal right now, and it's pretty cheap. At $29, this is kind of okay because you only like get 3 characters more. I think it can go lower to about $25 or so. But this is like, if you go check out Sorcerer Arena and see if you like it, or if not, maybe just get a mobile game or something. I don't know, but I think I enjoyed the base game a lot. I had gotten the first expansion, and this is the second expansion, but $40 is a bit high right now. But as you can see, it's in my cart for for a reason that I might purchase it somewhere in the future. So some of this stuff, as you can see, it's like it's starting to go into the region where I'm probably not going to buy them right now. So unfortunately, the Tiny Epic Tactics was like $18 a few days ago, and it's like gone up to $35, which is a bit not so worth to get now. This is the Kickstarter edition at $51 for Tiny Epic Quest, which is okay, but it's like it's the price. And some of this stuff are like probably upgrades for my PC stuff, and I really need to get a digital camera for doing my video someday. But it's $889. I'm not sure if I could get it right now, so it's something I consider, but I'm not getting it right now. So these are stuff that falls into the region that they are not the Black Friday. Did I say Kickstarter? I mean Black Friday stuff, but they are okay-ish kind of price. Draphosaurus at $27.09. This is like roll and write game, but it's a bit on the high side at $27. I'm still gonna wait. The Pandemic World of Warcraft is something that I'm pondering to get at about 72. It has dropped to 60 before, so I will look out for it if it ever drops to 60. Let's see if there's any. So like graphic cards, another thing that we've all been looking out for, but it's like crazy. So Familiar Tales is something that I like, okay, and $100 is probably okay at this price, but it's still a bit high for me. I think it can drop more. It's basically one of those games that is based on those games with like Stuff Faber, Mice and Mystic. There's stuff from Playhead Games where you have this like big book, and then you can play on the book. There's a campaign adventure where you go through, and I think it's like that gene just worked for me. So So it works very well, and the cards are very, very beautiful in this series. Okay, so I'm waiting for this to drop in price. $100 is a bit expensive because the previous one that they have is Forgotten Waters, which is fantastic. It's a pirate game, but this is not a campaign. You can like play in scenario to scenario. Okay, and there's an app that actually adds to the narration and everything. You're playing like pirates that will work together on this ship, but don't let the ship sink. But you're also like selfish, people who like just want to have your own way to win the game. So this is a very nice game, in fact, I think. And then it's the same thing you play on the board in which part of the book, and it's like you get like. It says that this plays 3 to 7 players, so it's like there's a lot of playability for a whole bunch of people coming around. There's a lot of components, and I think it's nice. The app is fantastic. So this at $67 is a pretty good deal, but it can go lower. But it's just that if it's Black Friday and you need to like add something up to hit 100 or something for your whatever discount, this could be considered as one of them. So the rest I'm not really like gonna go over because they are not really on discount, and they are not really like Black Friday worth at the moment. We just do a quick check on anything I missed out on Black Friday, because it's like sometimes, and I'm gonna just talk about board game because it's like I'm not gonna talk about SD cards or like PC parts and stuff. So you'll see a lot of games like Monopoly and Risk, which technically speaking to me I don't consider them board games, but they are fun for the family. Sometimes you could just get some of this. Horrified at 39 is an okay deal. It's not fantastic. It has been at 25 at some time, but if you haven't heard of it, go check it out. Horrified is a good party game with where you like fight against the there's a little bit of a horror theme, but it's not very strong. And there's also like all the universal monsters like Dracula, like Frankenstein and everything. And there's different ways to deal with the monsters. It's a pretty intriguing game. It's pretty fun, and scrolling down, we don't really have a lot of things more. Most of them are Monopoly and stuff, which I don't really consider board game. Like I said, I know. And there are some games that I did not recommend, so I will not talk about them because I think they are not very good. I either own them or I play them and I don't like it. So of course, this is my channel. I get to decide which things I like, I don't like. Because I base on sometimes I base on what people say on BGG, and to at least have a guideline to whether I think this is good or not. So this is something that is a bit interesting to me, but I just realized that you can't play this standalone. So this is like Betrayal, the Werewolf Journey, Blood on the Moon, but it requires the Betrayal at the House, the 3rd edition. Specifically you need the 3rd edition. Play this. So this is like the werewolf version, which I'm not sure. The graphics looks pretty good, but for $20, I'm not sure how much component do we have here. It looks intriguing, but I would need to get the Betrayal at the House. At the House of the Hill at 3rd edition, to play this. So I'm not sure if that's a good deal. But at the same time, Betrayal at the House of the Hill has dropped to $40, which is like, I think it's lowest ever in a long time. And I think if you are thinking of getting the 3rd edition, this might be the time. And I might get it actually, just so that I could get that werewolf game. Fact. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to make sure that I snap these 2 coupon here. Okay, I'm gonna add both of these to my cart. Oh well, so you can see that I already have a lot of stuff that I know I really intend to buy. It's not like but you probably will see me buying this online because it's like I don't know, there are like some stuff that you go through, like all your credit card and stuff, which I probably didn't want to like show you on screen. But there are other games like The Crew, which I don't think can go wrong at $17. Pretty good Christmas present. It's a kind of a social cooperative game. If you don't have The Crew, at least then get this Mission Deep Sea. Or if you haven't have any of them, you try Mission Deep Sea. It's a pretty good game. And at $17 for a Christmas present, this is like fantastic deal. So there are other stuff. Monopoly, Star Wars, nope. So you can see Betrayal at the House of the Hill, even the 2nd edition is at $46. At the 3rd edition at $40 seems like it's a good deal, And I think that I'm trying to convince myself to get it as well. So, well, I guess I should go and make my purchase right now. Okay. And there are some stuff that's on and off. Okay, maybe just let me talk about one more. I have this game as well. This is Indohotep, the Deal. Okay, and this is for 2 players only. Okay, so the artworks is pretty good. So you got like this boat with different goods carrying, and then you need to like score them vertical and horizontal in order to activate and then pick up the stuff on the boat. You need a majority on that lane in order to get the first item, second item, and so on. And you get to like build different things in your tableau. There's like the pyramids and stuff in order to. I don't think they show the pyramid here. No, yeah, here's the pyramid. So you got to build them 3, 2, 1, and then score based on it. So it's a pretty interesting game for 2 player. At $24 is highly recommended because it tends to be a bit more in that. But there's also like the bigger version is just like the Imhotep without the duel. That one plays more players, but it's slightly more complicated. And this also has has coupon if you're looking at it. I guess that's about it. I'm going to really stop here before I add too many things to my cart. So thanks for watching. Again, if you'd like to see more of this shopping trip and stuff, do let me know in the comments. I hope you can at least help me like and subscribe so that we could like get more to people to actually see this channel and help my channel in a way. Non-profit oriented, that's all I need. And thanks again for watching. I hope to see you again soon.